Hello and good morning, everybody. As you can see, I'm not at all prepared because, well, it's my early morning stream, and not everything is not everything's in place yet. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong piece of paper. Oh my goodness. Ugh. So today is Captain Penis Day. If we can find all of his parts. Oh my goodness. Uh, So I got that put away. Oh my goodness. Welcome to the wide world of I'm not awake yet. Oh, I don't even have any caffeine in my system. That's gonna have to change. Oh. I was looking for Paul Dance's color list because I'm almost done the color that we're working on currently. So that's always fun. We're gonna play. Let's pretend Raw actually knows what she's doing. We're all good at that game. Let's play pretend. I'm going to be kind of upset if I can't find my piece of paper. Oh, there it is. It's on the floor. It flew away because I didn't put it back in its box. Okay. So, we're closing up 986. There's not a whole lot left. Is that one of the needles I sat on earlier? Yeah, probably. At least I think I still have some 986. Let me look. Oh, yep. I thought I had gotten it all done. Okie doke. Well, I'm gonna be here until I'm gonna be here for 3 hours, so I'll probably be more awake later on. Right now, I'm on the struggle bus right now. Uh, no, I like to give people the opportunity to see that my face is not always the mask that I show up in public with. Um, because I think it's very important for people to see that I am in fact human and that I have a variety of maintenance problems, like turning on tone and getting getting things put together. I I'm not awake enough to even have any sort of good tone going on right now. pretty sure we're gonna be all done this color. Unless I closed it without actually... Maybe I got the color done. Let me take a look, see. This is the dark side to cross stitch. No, I did not get this part. I gave myself credit last week for a task that was not completed. Oh. If you could only see the... Oh my goodness. I just started and it's time for an ad. I'm finishing up a bit of a color that I thought I'd finished up last week, and I didn't, so I'm getting it out of the way. At least it wasn't fucking cold last night. I didn't have to... Not that I did a great job of it yesterday, but I didn't have to wake up to try to get the house to stay. Hello. Hello, dragon. Oh my goodness. I'm pondering whether or not I want to put on my over blanket. Because I was moving around before and I was warm, but now I've stopped moving around a lot, so I'm cold. Ugh. I'll eventually get some perk and some bounce in my step, but right now I'm waiting for the meds to kick in, so you're gonna have to deal with monotone raw. Last night I was on desk at work, which is as about as exciting as it sounds. So I disassociated so hard last night. It wasn't even funny. I was doing the paperwork, which is called ADLs, and I was doing the ones that you don't generally need to like interact with the person with to know if they did it or not. And if something like that happened, it's a big event, so you definitely know if it happened. And I started doing them, and I disassociated so hard. I got all done, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, the fuck? What just happened to the past 2 hours? And luckily, like, had the phone rung or someone needed me, I probably would have snapped out of it real quick. But I just, I was just off in La La Land. I have tomorrow off, which I am so much looking forward to. Oh my goodness. Oh, so just before stream, actually during the load time for stream, I was ordering some fountain pen ink cartridges because um, even though I have a love-hate relationship with Timu and and whatnot, I've come to the determination that no matter where I shop from, unless it's someone like I know personally, and even then, no matter where I shop, someone's not gonna like it. And I mean, there's only so much that I can make. There's only so much that I can buy from people that I know personally. And when I can, I do. But I just, I got a fountain pen. It's actually a really nice fountain pen. But I can't, it didn't have any ink in it, which is probably for the better. But at the same time, I wasn't smart enough to know that because I'm used to just getting ballpoint pens and they start writing. So it's a very nice fountain pen. It's like it has some heft, like, and so I was buying some ink off Amazon. So and I'm gonna learn how to use this pen properly. I'm left-handed, so it's gonna be as properly as I can, but it's gonna be my signature pen for when I'm like doing labels at the in my on my items and whatnot. And I promise once my meds touch down, I will get some more energy in my voice. This is, I know this isn't what people want to hear, but this is what I sound like before all of my meds kicked in, or kick in, or before I have any sort of energy. Like I am allowing the full, mostly unmasked me right now, just because I'm tired. And I don't want, as amazing as it was to disassociate yesterday, I don't want to do that again. Like that was a step back, and I was like, fuck. Ah. Oh boy. Hando, why do you feature? Why do you do this to me? So next week is the last week I'll be streaming for until the new year. Um, I'm taking 2 weeks off after next week, so next Friday, Thursday, Friday will be my last bit. Till the new year. I'm gonna try to revamp. Like I like to update my backgrounds and like my layout and stuff like that. So that's what I'm gonna do there. Fix some gears and update some commands. This, that, the other thing. And then in the new year, it'll be 1 week. It'll be one project. 1 week. It'll be the other project. Just because, just to give a perspective. So I just hit 20,000 stitches on Call Dance here. I'm just barely over 20,000 stitches. I'm I just hit 28, so a difference of about 8,000 stitches, which on cross stitches these size, 8,000 stitches on Divine Instinct is a percent. Um, With Divine Instinct, I'm almost at 10% at 28,000. And at just barely over 20,000, I'm only at 4.5% on call dance. So, yeah, just to give some perspective on the size difference between the two. Captain Penis is going to be epic, but he's going to he would need to sink some time into him, and that's why I'm doing the week by week, because I don't have to swap halfway through the week. He is a big, like I said, that particular part of him is an entire page. It is top to bottom an entire page, and an entire page is, let's see if I can zoom out here. Zoom out manually. Yeah, this is top to bottom of an entire page. It's about 6 inches, like it's the real 6 inches, like I measured it 6 inches. This isn't girl math 6 inches. This is legitimately 6 inches. Ladies, if you know, you know. I would like to start seeing Dionysus himself by next year. That is honestly, that is a lofty goal, because this is a big cross stitch. Like I'm not being over dramatic with this at all. This is a big cross stitch. Much like so Heaven and Earth Designs have their own like big Facebook group, and they have a gallery of finished works. Buffalo Woman is the only version of her to be finished and in that gallery. Like that makes me really, really chuffed, is knowing that my work will be in that gallery as the only finished version, because I think the contract, I got Buffalo Woman's pattern back when I was a baby cross stitcher in college, and I didn't realize how big it was, and I didn't tackle it until 30 years later. God, I've been out of college since 2006. I've been out of college for almost 20 years. Okay, now we have a color finish on the page. Not like last week where I kind of lied. Now, before I put the color away again, I'm checking. Because last week I put the color away thinking, oh yeah, I'm all totally done. No, I was not. Okay. But yes, I am totally done. Oh my goodness. I can feel the meds starting to working. Yeah. only a little bit. Oh, my day is officially complete. Both Dragon and Jules are here, and Kelpie came in and ran away. So my day has been complete. The cherry on top to the day would be either Poet or Pocket. Or Hutchie. Like, Hutchie would be like a hot fudge sundae, because I really miss her. And I hate that this time of the year we have damn near a 13, 14 hour time difference. Oh my holy Hannah. Okay, whatever is going on here needs to stop. There. Whew, okay. I'm gonna do my thing and mark off. So, one of my business goals for the winter where I don't have any shows or whatnot is to finally get my stencil template book out. So when people are like, do you have this? Do you have that? I can go, hey, look at my stencils. And I can have a template of all the stencils that I have. So you guys will be seeing a lot of that. And I'm not sorry because I have a lot of fucking cool stencils. And I'm having fun kind of decorating them. Just because it's fun and I can. Okay. Now I gotta pick the next color, which is a rough. Whew. Jules, I am sorry. Oh, it's funny. Both Call Dance and Divine Instinct, their last big color on the page that we're working on is 939, and I am being a petulant child, and I'm not working on it on either of them. Okay. I still have some colors, so I'm gonna check that out. Okay. Oh, I don't want to do that one. Most of the colors I have left are grapes. Because I've honestly done most of the leaf, well, ish. Certainly an interesting sound outside. Not curious enough to look. Yeah, I'm gonna so I feel that. I'm gonna whip out color 930. 930. Because that's what time it almost is. No, not really. The reason I'm picking 930 is it is all these little dots here. It fills in all the little dots here, and it's just kind of like just filling in white spots. Ugh. I'm just waiting, like, I'm even noticing it in myself. Like my meds are kicking in and I'm feeling better. So like I'm picking up, I actually have some tone. For those of you who tuned in exactly when I turned it on, there was no tone going on at all. There's the ant. I get to transfer from a paper. Like I keep the paper ones that I've pulled off rescue collections. I like using my plastic ones. Hate me if you want, but I've rescued a lot of plastic bobbins. So I prefer using them. They take up they don't bend as easy because sometimes I squish my string in a little too tight, and the cardboard ones bend. And the ones that are still in good condition, I blank out the number that's on them, and when people order kits, I bobbinate up all the thread and put it on the cardboard. I mean, I upcycle and I reuse where I can. If the cardboard bobbin is shit, then it goes in the trash or burned. Well, when I rescue collections, I'm not fussy about it. Oh, oh, oh! Look who decided to not be gone. That's right. I'm irresistible, and even when you have meetings, you can't stay away. I suspected your meeting would last longer. Like, come on now. Or whatever you had to do had to last longer, cuz I'm really bad with time. Like other people's time, like I am good at logistics for other people. Um do I absolutely worry like nobody's business about other people and their time. But at the same time, I'm not I'm not nearly as antsy as I am with myself and time. Oh, okay. Okay, it is time to adjust. It is time to adjust the camera because we will be working at the top of the page. I hate working at the top of the page, but that's where we are. So this is oh my god. So I sometimes I just hit easy apply. Um, for 90% of the jobs that I've been applying for, I've hit easy apply because my base level resume, the one that I made ages and ages ago, meets the requirements and answers all of their questions. And I wish I could say that, oh, hey, I told, yeah, no. And then even when I take the time to specialize, like I've started getting to the point, like if I don't have all of the skill set, I'll, I'll, I'll adjust the wording of some of my cover letters. But but it's a rough go. I also learned why trying to take initiative and do nice things that make sense and could make people's lives easier um, isn't well appreciated at my workplace. So Saturday, I took the opportunity to sit down, look at the 6 neighborhoods of my workplace, and adjust because we have to take monthly vital signs to make sure like no one's slipping or to make sure everything is kosher. And I made sure that there was only one neighborhood upstairs and downstairs from the first to the fifth. Um, we had more than enough time to like, in all fairness, we could have done one a day and then two on the last day and it would have been fine. And I made sure that everybody in the neighborhood was on the same day, on the same shift. Um, because my coworker got caught doing the entire floor, which is 3 carts, so 20 to 24 people, and doing the vitals of 2 neighborhoods. Now the vitals screw up the it's not difficult, but it screws up the groove of the run. So I made it so guaranteed only 1 neighborhood would pop up per shift. And it helped both day shift and evening shift. Because you don't do vitals on overnight. That's just mean. And I was told that they were planning on other things, and I should not have swapped that because they set them there on purpose. And I was like, so you're gonna bitch that I don't do things, but when I do the things, you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong and I shouldn't have done that, but you don't give me any guidance on things that you want me to do. So it was a very frustrating moment. It's like, I have no problems streamline. I actually like to streamline and make things easier all the way around for everybody. But it just seems that the coworker I was interacting with likes to make it so it's like a trap. They put one person on an off shift on an off day for their vitals to make sure that people are doing their jobs. Like, I don't like entrapment. Don't do it. Yeah, it's fortunately it's not my boss, but at the same time I'm like, knock it off. Like, just I'm a good worker. I'm not dumb. Like, if you want me to do something, if I don't know how to do it and you have time, I will ask. If I don't know how to do it and it's readily available how to figure out and research, I will research it. I'll save it as a draft so you can go over it. And then I've just saved you a bunch of time if I did it right. And if I did it wrong, well, you didn't want me to do it in the first place, so you're not really losing any time, are you? Yeah, the color 930 isn't this color up here. It's all the down here color. Mhm. Uh, I the trainee, like, I didn't get to really train this trainee. Like, that was what my coworker, and honestly, I love the new person. She is amazing. She's awesome, and it's finally nice to have another woman on shift with me, because there is a difference between, like, communication and chattiness. Even with chattier guys, there's still a difference. There's subtleties that you don't know until you know. And I wish I could explain them, but it's a vibe. It's a non-verbal feel that is the difference. Like, the coworker training her is very chatty, and I adore working with him. He's not standoffish at all. My other coworker, who's a guy, is very standoffish. Like, I try to joke with him, and I'm a brat. Like, hands down, I am a brat. And I try to joke with him and get him to, like, smile and laugh, and he just kind of tilts his head and looks at me. And I'm like, I'm just trying to be a brat. Like, I didn't mean anything by it. It was supposed to be funny, haha. Like, I've never really been able to get, like, a real smile out of him. he doesn't seem to understand that I see that he has a mask on, and his mask. He doesn't want to admit that I can see that he has a mask on, which is very awkward all the way around. Um, I mean, his mask is hiding a lot of sadness. Um, and I don't think he feels safe around the neurospicy hooligans that he works with, which is really kind of weird because we're probably the safest crew to hang out with. Because we've been there, done that. We all have t-shirts. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. Um, and so like last night, I called out to him like, "Hey, I like your shirt," because earlier, not that day, but earlier in the month, I complimented someone on their shirt, and he goes, "Well, what about my shirt?" And I went, "I like your shirts too," and I do like it. It wasn't a lie. But last night I was like, "Hey, I like your shirt." He's like, "Hey, I've worn this before." I'm like, "I know," but then I had to explain the joke, which took all the fun out of it. It's like, I love you, man, but play my games. At least everybody else plays my games, and they get a chuckle out of it. So, and I mean, they're not the best games. I get it. They're not the best games, but they still can make you laugh. And the trainee, because not last night, but the night before, I was like, "You've been looking so bored, so I'm gonna have you do all of the shift work and whatnot, and I'm just gonna guide you, and I'm gonna mentor you, and I'm gonna be your support network, which I'm really good at." But towards the end of the night, I was getting bored, so I'm gonna do some meds. I'm gonna do some of this, and I giggled because last night, I was touching base with who was training her, and I went, "So how was it? How did it go?" Because the first floor and the second floor are very, very different. And he's like, "Well, it was good. I did a little bit towards the end because I got bored." I'm like, "I feel that." It's like, just let me do something, because when you have a good trainee at the point that she's at, like, you really truly just need to be around to give insulin, and to guide as to where they need to go next. If they're a good trainee by a week and a half, 2 weeks in, they're able to do everything with guidance. And then we get bored. I can't answer that, Dragon. I can't answer that. You'll have to watch the YouTube replay. And I did start to realize probably why I don't have a whole lot of YouTube viewers is because I curse a lot, and I have definitely noticed YouTube does not promote cursing. And I'm okay with that because I run the YouTube so that I have all the recordings, and I can go back and nab them as I need. Yeah, that is fair. You did leave us unattended. And mind you, all of your reasons are valid, but that's still, you left us unattended. Mm-hmm. Oh no. Ah. See, my mom told me about Tir na Nog. That's what my mom told me stories about. My mom's a little dark. I don't know. I don't know if you gathered that. Try to get these 4 stitches before I... Motrin is important. And since it's my long stream, I'm going to be taking a couple of breaks. I'm going to take my first one at 10, just so I can run downstairs, stuff the stove, and I don't know, mostly put a log in the stove because it's not cold today. It's not cold by any stretch of the imagination, but I'd like to keep the house warm. You know, I could sashay down the stairs. Now, see, I didn't. This sounds awful to say out loud, and it's just part of my brain. So when people tell me that they own a house, I immediately envision a house like mine in my head. I am coming to learn that a lot of people do not own a house like mine. Apparently my house is fucking huge, and words like damn and how can you afford this have left people's mouths when I've shown them pictures of my house. Now mind you, it's a fixer-upper house, and yes, it is big, and I am acutely aware of how big because I have to pay to heat it in the winter. But at the same time, a lot of my friends who are homeowners um, own, and I know this term is regional. I call them trailers. They're not the same as like a fifth wheel or a truck trailer. Well, they can be, but like a single wide, 100 feet long kind of thing. Like, and I'm like, okay. um, but like that's something I didn't realize was kind of a thing, is the fact that my house is a beast. It really is. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I have such a tiny house. No. My house is 1900 square feet. Don't ask what that is in any other units. Because I don't know. And my house is also detached, which I've also learned is not such a common thing in other parts of the world. Like in the United States, in the United States, a detached house is common. I have, okay, let's see if I can. I have a basement. I have 2 floors. So I have ground level and a floor above. And then I have a finished attic. And I also have the underground level, or the basement, which is a lot of house. And in the 1900 square feet that I'm giving you, I'm not including the basement, or the addition that could be turned into livable space if I heated it. But it's little things like that that make me check my privilege, because I know from behind the scenes work that I have worked my ass off to just keep this building. I gotta say, if I were ever to move, the one house type that I would say no to is a split level. I grew up in a split level. I hate how they're laid out. I hate it. Uh, uh, I, my house doesn't really have a style. The closest I could find is a New Englander, but it doesn't have all the features of a New Englander. You get the laughs out of your system now. Yes, I recognize my house is in New England and could be a New Englander by default. But it's not a Queen Anne. Oh, I would love a Queen Anne. Oh my God. That's like my dream house style. Yes, I know it's fancy, and yes, I know it is it's a lot of woodwork, but I love the Queen Anne style house. And Craftsman. I like the Craftsman style houses too, but the stairwells are a little weird. Yeah, it does. Ah. Cute. La la la, I ran off. This is such a weird area that I'm stitching in, because I'm closing in like a whole bunch of the white, but it's not like a clear border because it blends in with the grapes and whatnot. So then I get talking. Oh, I would. I you know, I would love to have a wraparound porch, but maybe I just like a mishmash of styles. Like I know that I'm not a fan of split levels. That's about the only thing I can say about having grown up in one. Even having grown up in a split level. No, I do not like it. Um Honestly, if I'm paying attention to my health and what I should be doing, a single level ranch or a bungalow with no basement should be what I strive for in the future. My addition, if I fixed my addition up and I cleaned, um if I got it all spiffed up, I got it insulated and level and stuff like that, my addition is actually built very much like a shop. Like I could have a small store in the addition of my house. Like legit. Um but that's not any like now that I'm saying it out loud, it's not a bad idea. I just don't have the spoons for the work that the addition needs to get that done. That is a lot of work that it needs. And right now, I'm not in a point where it's feasible. Okay, we'll see you later. Honestly, the addition is going to become the first floor is going to become the laundry mudroom with the nice built-in dog kennels and whatnot, and the second floor is going to be storage. Woohoo! Okay, I think at least for a bit I've evened out what I need to be doing in this area. Okay, I have. I know. I know for a little bit of time what exactly I need to be doing. Mhm. 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 So yesterday I got my Christmas bonus from work. It was a very nice Christmas bonus. Will enable me to purchase Christmas presents for people if I so choose. coming to the end of my piece of string, so I'm gonna wander it down here. Mhm. Mhm. It was very nice. Like, apparently the board doubled. Like, again, where I work is not perfect. It is not where I plan on spending my forever, because it's not giving me the challenges that I need, and it doesn't support me in the way that I need it to. That being said, it is a good place to work. Um, it's just it's not my good place to work. And it could be if they actually realize the problems that they have that um, currently they're just kind of ignoring. Let's see, do I have the string to get those 5, 6 stitches? Let's see what I got going on. They're pissed about his bonus or pissed about the bonus in general? I'm not going to be like, no, we don't deserve. Yes, we totally deserve the bonuses. Like, if you are a multimillionaire and you're not paying your people well, um, I'm looking at Walmart and Bezos. But okay, let's see. I got those 4 stitches, and I just don't have enough string. I was listening to a documentary about the history of civilization and how studies are showing that past humans, and it's been widely vocalized in recent civilization too, is that we are working more for less, and we don't have, like, medieval serfs had more free time and more freedoms, at least here in the States. I'm gonna at least here in the States, medieval peasants had a better life than current American citizens. Because yes, it might not have been like as technologically advanced as we expect, but they had, and like medicine in general, but overall they worked less, and yeah. And again, I get it. Life was not easy. They didn't have as much technology. But at the same time, you would think having as much technology as we do, that we'd be able to have easier lives. I have to find my whip tool. Oh my holy fuck. Divine Instinct does not like being opened when... Oh my... Oh wow. Oh, that's just a dick move. And... Oh. And I dropped my whip tail into the other place. So, here are my unsolicited thoughts on that. So everybody, they should have it so it's a week. If you make, whether or not you make your goal, it's a week. Now, if you do more than your goal, set brackets up. Like, so if you do 10,000, I don't even know the metrics, but if you do 10,000 units more than your goal, you get an extra day. 20,000 to, like, so on and so forth. That is a reasonable, so you know you're getting a week no matter what. But if you exceed your goals, you get more. Like that's why I don't like working for commission. Is either you succeed or you don't get paid. And I'm not into forcing people to do stuff. That's why for the whole week that I sold Kirby vacuum cleaners, I vowed I will never do sales again. I will gladly sit there and talk to people and work things out and gain their trust and whatnot. But I will not. That's a big truck. That's a bucket truck. Wonder why they're coming down the road. I don't know. I don't know if I can handle it. Why is there a bucket truck outside my house? Well, and I'm talking the line worker bucket trucks. No, I appreciate the line workers. Don't get me wrong. And I'm sincerely hoping they're going to cut down the dead tree that is looming over my car. Because one bad storm, and that tree's going to hit my car, and I'm going to be pissed. That. So I can't even. I'm so white girl, I cannot even. Oh, and there's an ad starting in about a minute, just so you guys know. I don't know why I took the string off. I'm not even close to done this color. Well, I could be close to done this color, but I got the top. I got the top a little bit more stabilized. Yeah. So, can you still hear / see me, Jules, or ad break? There we go. We're back. Oh, okay. So, yeah, so the rest of this color's just jumping. Oh, the rest of this color's just jumping all over the place, filling in like minor spots. So, oh, and it is a little past 10. So, I should have run away during the ad break. Um, but I'm gonna get this one little spot done. Then I'm gonna run downstairs and hopefully just toss some wood on the fire. Or sachet. Oh, sachet down the stairs and toss some wood on the fire. Uh, but I'll be right back. It won't be more than 5 minutes, maybe just 2 or 3. So I will be right back, my friend. There, we're back. Ugh. So, they were running cable. That's what the truck was. So I think someone's getting some high-speed internet or something like that. And it is still kind of chilly outside. So I have my... Whenever it snows or rain... Well, whenever it snows or winter precipitations, and I have to go to work, I put my car cover on. Now, I also do this at night before I know a big storm is coming, because work smarter, not harder. Now, I'll be the first to tell you that this having a car cover makes me feel like the most pretentious asshole on the face of this earth, because I have a Prius. and I'm already kind of pretentious about the gas mileage. Like, not even gonna lie. I rub that shit in people's faces when they complain about gas prices. I'm like, well, I have a Prius. I get like 50, 60 miles a gallon. And in the summer on the highway, I do. In the winter, it drops down to like 40. But I also don't drive that much, so I can't really... I could have a honkin' 18-wheeler, and I only drive 3 miles a day. So I don't drive that much. But I covered it last night when I got to work, because when I left my house yesterday, it was sleeting. And if anyone has ever had to deal with varied forms of winter precipitation, sleet is right up there with freezing rain. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's shitty. I see where it's going too, and yeah. So I have nothing against rich people. Like, if you, well, it's a fine line. I don't have any problem with people earning a lot of money because they worked hard for it. I have a problem with people who abuse and take from the hard work of others to gain that money. I was actually watching an interesting documentary on the Pabst family and how the founder, the original Pabst, worked very hard. He knew that wealth came from diversifying and always working and building and always striving to improve and stay on top of things. Like, he recognized that wealth didn't come from just getting it. And his family, within 30 years, lost everything because they just expected it. And that's the thing, is like, I see those memes that if I won the lottery, nobody would know, but there would be signs, and that would be me. I've talked to Husband Creature about this. If we were to ever come into large amounts of money, we would set it up in a trust so that we would not have to disclaim that we won. We would make sure that, yeah, like, we were taken care of and everything like that. There would be signs. But chances are, I mean, I probably would not have the job that I have. I'd probably drop down to doing what I wanted. But, like, we would invest in the community. We would set up accounts so that we could live off the interests of some of it, and then set up other trusts so that we could build community. Like, there's no reason for there's no reason for billionaires. I'm just going to toss that out there. A millionaire, that's okay. Multi-millionaire, there should be a few of those. There is no reason for billionaires. And the fact that we're encroaching, I think there's at least one trillionaire out there, and the fact that we're even encroaching on that is obscene. I'm trying to this area. Oh, well, I've been adjusting my camera so much because again, yeah, like this area is messed up, so I'm trying to figure out what I'd be doing. And like with the Pabst family, the kids just expected it. Like they weren't taught to continue building, continue growing. They just, we're rich, fuck you. And that's not how it is. Like, and honestly, that's how it should be. Like, if I were to ever have the opportunity to run a place big enough for that, being a true leader is being in with your workers. It is not being above and pushing people. It is being with them and walking with them. That is a big truck. Yeah, and numbers are not going to win the games. Because if you have happy employees, you'll get the numbers that you're looking for. If all you're focused in on is the numbers, you won't get what you're looking for. Your princess is in another castle. And then your princess will desert you, and it and that's the thing that so many businesses, including nonprofits, so many places, and it's why everything is slipping. Is everybody with the money who can afford to do the things that need to be done are so concerned with, can I afford that third yacht? Sometimes that's an exaggeration. I'm not saying everybody with millions of dollars does this. But I would be more concerned with, does my lowest paid employee have to worry about paying their rent or buying food? Like, I legitimately, and I didn't even, I was applying for jobs, and they're like, well, what do you expect to be compensated for? Now, mind you, currently, my take-home pay is less than $50,000 a year. What my earned income is more than $50,000 a year, but what I take home and I am able to spend on existing is less than $50,000 a year. And I'm in that weird end of a tax bracket. Like, I just hit another tax bracket, but I'm not deep enough in the tax bracket for what I'm making to actually show up in my paycheck. It just gets taxed out of me. So I want to say my take-home pay is about $40,000 a year. Yeah. Trucks catching on fire is bad. But my take-home pay is about $40,000. I work 48, 50 hours a week. And currently, because I am smart and because I am careful, I am able to, and I also have a husband creature. Husband creature is the fact that we're together enables us to do a lot of things that a lot of people can't. If I were to have stupid amounts of money, I would always make sure that my lowest paid employee would never have to worry about picking between food, rent, and medicine, ever. And if I could not afford to pay that employee that amount, then I should not be in business. That's pretty cool. If Dad was smart, he'd set up his legalese to make it so the kids couldn't get around doing stuff like that. I will take slightly heartbreaking, Jules. Now that everything is working in my system. I still have not gotten more than 100 stitches. This page is just like breaking my soul. That is infuriating. That's not heartbreaking, that's infuriating. Still, like, and honestly, that's what I was thinking too. Cause that's all I hate. That's a nice feature. That's all I got. That's all I got.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Woohoo! I that could be saying something. That's my point. Is when your workers are happy and you treat them well, your numbers will be high. For as much complaining as I like to do, because let's face it, people, to be honest with you here, I like to complain. I don't need anything fixed. Hands down, I do not need anything fixed. Unless someone has a cure for diabetes and or celiac disorder, there's nothing in my life that is so dire that I just like to complain. That's why my stream is called Kvetching. Is because I like to complain. I'm allowed to like to complain. I'm very honest about it. Funny enough, this is given me some mild inspiration about a TikTok in the style of the speech professor. I like to complain. It makes me feel better. It's called audio processing. I know that I can't fix any of the things I'm complaining about. I know it. I can try because I am. But I like to bitch. And that's okay. But seriously, if you have happy workers, it will show in your numbers. It will show in your customers. It will show in your reviews. That's fair. That is fair. And it's funny when, like, it's a lot of employers don't recognize the extra work that their workers do because it needs to get done. Not because necessarily they want to do it, but if they don't do it, it means bad shit down the line. Now, obviously, the way to have employers see all the work that people are doing is to stop doing the extra work. And if you haven't followed the speech professor, the speech prof on TikTok or YouTube, he is a phenomenal guy. Like, I love how he speaks. Yeah, I enjoy it. So and him and Elise have like this great thing going with Lance Bass, which it just makes my heart happy because Lance Bass was my favorite NSYNCer, and then I was sad when I found out he was gay, but then I was super supportive because, you know, I still love him. I loved his green eyes. Oh, those green eyes are just but him, Elise, and the speech prof all having this weird thing going on just makes my heart happy. Yeah, exactly. Like I at work, I skip breaks and I do this and I do that just to make sure that my level of service is up to my standards. Am I doing my job? I am absolutely doing the bare minimum of my job. Hands down, doing the bare minimum of my job, but that's not good enough. I want to do better. And so that's where my mindset is if the base level is done, awesome. But that's not my level. So I was doom scrolling last night. Somewhere in between my disassociation and getting stuff done, I was doom scrolling last night. And I came across something that was like, if you should listen to your part. It was a guy going, you should listen to your partner's wants and needs. And I'm like, okay, you have my attention. What are we talking about here? And he goes, if your partner doesn't want you to follow someone on Instagram, it turned out to be like this guy being super insecure and not wanting his lady to go out and hang out with her friends, and then like not follow certain people on Instagram because it was about their insecurity, but they were masking their insecurity as concern. And I was like, well, you started out having me, because I do feel that both men and women need to listen to their partners. But had the woman been saying this to him, like, I don't want you to follow this Instagram girl, or can you not go out with your friends on your sport, that would have been labeled as controlling. Hands off, like not even considered concern. It would have just been first controlling. But when a guy does it, oh, it starts off, it's concern first, and then maybe it might be controlling. No, honey bunches of oats. Both sides are controlling. Like, I mean, there are insecurities. Like, don't get me wrong, I have my fears and my insecurities. And I know Husband Creature has his fears and insecurities, and we talk about them. And that's something. I do know that I can pet you. And so like that's, and none of that's going to be anything I ever air on stream. But I want you guys to know that relationships, like, even though I Husband Creature and I have a great relationship, like, I'm not even gonna, but it's not perfect. And I just want people to understand that kind of thing. I was gonna say, Jules, you're already a VIP and like you're all the things. So all the points that you have, unless you're gonna torture me and make me start another Heaven and Earth, which I think I have. In all fairness, I have one more Heaven and Earth all kitted up that I could start. Not the one that I want to start, but I could. But I would prefer not to have to start another project that's big. But I've kind of been sitting and thinking about that kind of thing on social media. It's like, I try not to portray that I have a perfect life, because I do not, friends. I don't. It's not perfect. It is real though. Like, what I share is real. And if I could get my motherfucking eyes to work, I've looked at this pattern like 5 fucking times. Okay. Yeah, I know there's a place that I can look to see who has what for points. And I do want to kit up a couple more that I just have the string in the background. I have more than enough storage space to have a couple more all kitted up. Like, after I get done Husband Creatures, I have one for his parents that I'll be working on. It's a different style than I've ever done. It is a watercolor Heaven and Earth. And it's gorgeous, but it's not something I want to do right now. But I do have some minis that I would like to at least have kitted up to start. Let's see. I do have enough to. I have 3 stitches left, I think, of this color, unless I'm missing some over in this area here. But sure that I got that one. I did get that area. Woohoo! Woohoo! 9:30 is all done on the page. There's just a lot of confetti on this page. It's not even funny. Like, I did break 100 stitches though. Or 101 stitches. And I feel like I've done nothing. But in some way, I have. I'll bobbinate that after stream. I'll bobbinate. Okay. I might have to cave. Unfortunately, friends, I might have to cave and start working on colors I don't want to work on. Boo. Get back to my tablet's being a pain in my butt. Okay. We'll go back up here. Seven nine. I mean, I started it earlier because 791 was the top color up here. That was the base. I don't really want to. 796. It's a lot of grapes. I'm down to the grape colors, or 939, and meh. That's all I got there. Okay, I'm caving. I'm doing grapes. 820. 820 is the color we're about to jump on. Now, it's funny, because 820, I'm going to start out at the very top. The remainder... Oh, my goodness, here. The remainder diagonals here, they're all 820, so I'm gonna fill all that in and see where we're at. Okay. I think after stream today, because I don't have any like big house chores that I gotta do, after stream today, I'm gonna put colors away that I'm not using, because I did a small pattern and I haven't put the colors away just yet, so I'm gonna put the colors away, and then I'm going to put diamond dot colors away, because I have a whole pile of those of projects that I've gotten done, and I have not put the colors away, so I need to do that. Okay, 820, friends, 820. It's not 420, it's 820. Oh, another TikTok person I like to follow. It's called Anger and Autism, and he oh my goodness, he's an angry version of Soul, Professor Soul, but he touches on so many experiences that I have had in my life, and because he also has been, I don't know if I want to use fortunate, but because employment is so hard for ADHD, autism, individuals, like having full-time employment just with those two things alone is just amazing. And I don't want to say that like, oh my God, you're amazing, but it's really hard to hold down full-time employment. It really is. And I think like he goes through and hearing his point of view and how he's handled things has helped me a lot in working through some of my issues. Like one of my biggest issues that people don't seem to understand is I don't care who the fuck you are. You could be like, and the administrator of the company I work for is finally getting, I don't care who you are. Treat me with respect, I'll treat you with respect. I don't care if you're the janitor, I don't care if you're the guy salting the sidewalks. Respect. You don't even have to like me. You don't truly have to respect me. But you do have to treat me with the dignity that you would treat a base level human being. At least in my brain. And that gets me in so much trouble because like a board member will walk up and be like, la 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 la, and I'll treat them the same way that I treat my coworkers. And that gets me in a lot of trouble. Mind you, I'm friendly and professional, don't get me wrong, but they come with the assumption that they are going to get treated better because they are a board member. No. Do not come to me if you need your boots licked. If you need ass kissing or boot licking, I am not the person to come to because I don't. I will treat you with the same level of dignity and respect that you treat me. If you treat me like ass, I will probably ignore you. And I'll shit talk you behind your back. I can only imagine what line you walked in on. Was it ass kissing or boot licking? I do not ignore you. Rest assured, you would know if you were being ignored. Mhm. I love getting to be the secret ninja dragon of the crew. but 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 much like my diagnosis, there were signs. There are signs. Mhm. Mhm. No, no, they generally don't. But let's see. Let's see if I can. Okay, so fair warning, my face cam's about to move. There are signs. And that's only a small collection of my hoard of trinkets and treasures. That's that's the one that the camera can see. I need to go out and buy more paper. I need to what I need to do is just get like 5 or 6 books of the watercolor paper that I use for my template books. Also depends on the size. Like I have 12 by 12 um stencils that need their own set of that need their own books. do definitely enjoy that these diagonals are all the eight. The filling all of us in is all the same color. I don't have to count. I just go up and down. But yeah, my fountain pen, my fountain pen that I have, that I plan on. I'm gonna have purple ink for it, and I can't wait. It'll be here next week. Ugh. So, even though I haven't gotten a lot done in my video space for a while, since taking out all the insulation and fixing a lot of little issues like that, since doing just that, the ice buildup on my roof is significantly less, which I am pleased about, because my roof used to get some really bad ice dams, and finding out is because people put insulation where they weren't supposed to put insulation really kind of helps make me feel better about that. The fact that I've blocked off so that it's moving properly is also very helpful. Oh yeah. Oh, warm rocks are the best. Mm-hmm. And since I haven't been keeping track of where I am in this particular, like, I haven't been marking off the stitches as I go like I normally do. I do have to get this line of stitching done before I can call it quits, because I'm going to mark it all off. Coming together very slowly, but it's working on it. I'm probably after stream gonna also pop on some more of my learning videos so I can continue trucking through some certifications. Build my portfolio up. So maybe someday. All of my watchers are immune to ads. Oh, I should maybe zoom in and see what's going on. Okay, it is. I got 5 more rows. 5 more diagonals. But I actually got to pay attention to what I'm doing. I better have enough string. I do have enough string in the background, but I would like to not have to start a new piece of string for 9 stitches. Do it! Do it! I have some pastry. I have some puff pastry dough in the freezer that I need to figure out what I want to do with. Because it's schlar. Now, if you're making anything gluten-free for anybody and you see schlar, use it. It is a European brand, so Kelpie's gonna get all puffed up with pride. Well, at least for Europe. Schlar is a German company, but because of how food is processed in Europe, people with celiac disease over there aren't as affected. And Schlar, while is a gluten-free product, uses wheat. So like their puff pastry dough is puffy, and it has the same give as normal dough because there's wheat in it. And I don't know the ins and the outs, but like Schlar does pie crust. Like, I love using that brand because it reminds me that everything doesn't suck. Ooh. I think I know what I'm gonna do with mine. I could totally go for some strawberry cheesecake or strawberry cheese danishes. And now that I have that puff pastry, I can do that. Really? We're gonna play this game? Okay, we'll play this game. Like, I make a pretty good gluten-free cream puff without having to use the special puff pastry. But I'm also really good at making Bavarian cream. I don't know why, but I'm good at it. um, really, that and chocolate make me. That's why I like Boston cream. Is being able to have the Bavarian cream with the chocolate, and that's also why I like eclairs. Is the Bavarian cream, and the chocolate. I mean, the pastry around it is pretty handy too, but eclairs are hard. Eclairs are very difficult, and when you use a gluten-free dough, it makes it even more difficult. Okay, I got the top row all done. Ooh, it's like top row, all done. Now I gotta mark off the stitches that I just did. Hmm. That put us over 200, 176. So there were 75 stitches that I just did. Oh, nope, there are more because there was a page break. Okay. Oh my goodness. So 100, we're up to 182 stitches. Oh, this is a painful 200 stitches. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay, where am I off to next? I'm off to, let's see if we can see it, I'm off to this side of the pattern for some grape input. And I realize that people hearing grape these days think of something completely different, but I am in fact talking about the fruit. So it's so twisted because Dionysus is wine, but he's also sex. So he's a yeah, he's complicated. And he's Greek, so he doesn't have the best history with consent. Though Zeus was the big dick there. Oh. So my goal is 200 stitches. I think once I hit 200 stitches and this piece of string is done, whichever one is later, I think I'll be able to get everything I need to get done with this piece of string. But and that, my friends, was a tiny peep inside of my brain. How grape turns into Dionysus and non-consensual sex with Zeus. Follow me for more tips and tricks. I don't know why I'm grabbing my mouse. There's something going on outside my house. I'm not quite sure what. I'll probably go till about 11:30, quarter of today. Hit it, like, even though I started out with no tone and no mask and anything like that, no inflection in my voice, I woken up and I've started to actually use some of my social skills. uh, and then I'm gonna log off. I'm gonna put some shit away, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do after that. Something. I just don't. Probably clean, organize. Well, I would expect it would still hurt. Mm. Oh, I know you guys aren't watching my hands. That's how I know you're using me for body doubling. which I'm cool with. I just have to be a pain. I just have to be a pain in the ass about it first. Mhm. I yeah, yeah, the chaining 95. I'm almost always a boring human being. Other people are like, "Oh, but you do such cool things." I'm like, "I'm glad you think they're cool, and I love them, but they're not very exciting." So, in my endless trek to nail down precisely where my boo boo shift happened, where I have like the up and the over two, it's it's in this area that it starts. Like this line right here, just above mine. Well, it's not, you can't see it very big, but I found where it starts with the being in by one too much, and I haven't found the up area yet, but I'm narrowing it in. See, I celebrate year round. Like, when you get presents from me, it's because I'm thinking of you and I love you. I don't feel it should be specifically in December. But I have lots and lots and lots of big feelings about that. And I want you guys to know that it is okay to not be in the Christmas holiday time of the year mood. It's okay. Like, and take off your mask when you're not around your kids. Be okay with not feeling the holiday spirit. Um, Put it on around the kids and whatnot. Do what you have to do for the kids, because, again, I'm a strong believer in it's not their fault. Pretend it's okay for the 5 seconds, but after their interaction is done, it is okay to drop the mask and be like, "Fuck this shit." And sometimes, and I know you guys know I support you, but sometimes it's nice to hear it out loud. You do not have to be merry and bright all this during this season. It is okay to be doom and gloom and yuck. I know I'm coming up on the anniversary of Kira's passing. She passed on the 22nd. Um, and it's still hard to believe that she's been gone a year. But take in the warm spots, but know that you don't have to have them all the time. Enjoy the merriment when it is there, but don't be like, oh well, there's no Mary, I must suck at this. Merriment and brightness don't always have to be there, but enjoy it when it is. Or don't. That's your call too. Yay, I'm over 200 stitches. But I'm still feeling it, so I'm gonna keep going. I block out this time. And I don't have anything. I have all of tomorrow off, so anything that I might think I want to do right now, I don't have to. Okay, we're still in the danger zone of being over by one. Too much. Maybe. That's I'm so upset. I think I have one stitch left. We'll see if we can thread chicken this. Oh, I have two. Let's see. See if I can, because I don't want to do just two stitches. And then luckily there's more of this color right close by on the next page, but at the same time, I can do it. I've done less with more, or more with less. Also done less with more, but woohoo! There we go. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna call this a good stopping place. I just got done a section. I got over 200 stitches, which honestly on this cross stitch is kind of just with how much confetti there is. Honestly, I'm probably gonna work on it after I log off with the small single colors. But so I think we made a kind of a dent. We got 236 stitches done, which that's nice. We went from, let me find my opener. We went from 4.52% to 4.57%. And I don't know who was watching when I was talking about it earlier. Just to give you a size, I think Dragon was the only one here. The size difference. So on Divine Instinct, we are a little over 28,000 stitches and close to 10%. On Call Dance, we are just over 20,000 stitches and we're only a little over 4.5%. That is a very large size difference. 1% on Call Dance is 4,444 stitches. That's 1%. That is, if I really sat down and cranked it out, it could be a month of work. Whereas if I did the same amount of stitches on Divine Instinct, that would be almost 2%. So, yeah. Then I talked about girl math and how the most exciting part of this cross stitch is a legit 6 inches long. But I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Stay warm if you're cold. Stay cold if you're warm. Drink your water. Take your meds. Be kind to yourself without harming others, and be kind to others without harming yourself. I will probably be lurking in the background, and then I gotta go to work. But I love you all. Thank you for the gift of your time. And this time of year is rough. Try to find the brightness where you can, but it's okay if you go a day and everything's not shiny and bright. I love you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. I think I'm doing a morning stream. I have no idea, but I'll be on at some point tomorrow.